Hey dog sport handlers, welcome to the Canine Handler Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Liz Joyce, your go-to expert for all things dog sport fitness. Whether you're running agility, doing protection work, tackling search and rescue, handling a tough tugger, or just looking to build strength for a lifetime of adventures with your dog, remember, you are half the team, and I'm here to help you stay strong, mobile, and injury-free. Join me as I break down the unique demands of handler fitness, speed, strength, endurance, and everything you need to perform at your best, both in and after break. Let's stay strong, stay in the game, and keep doing what we love. Let's dive in. Howdy, this is Liz Joyce, and today we're diving into Zone 2 Cardio, which in my opinion is the unsung hero of handler fitness and fitness for humans just in general. I have a really good friend who is now in her mid-50s that's been a long-distance runner her whole life. She started training rather than running and started incorporating Zone 2 cardio into her running schedule. When she first started doing Zone 2 cardio, 14-minute mile was the pace that kept her in that zone. After 3 months, she was able to cover that same mile in 11 minutes. So in 3 months, she picked her pace up by 3 minutes per mile, running at the same heart rate zone, which tells me all I need to know about what her heart health and what her cardiovascular capacity did in that time frame. It isn't hard to incorporate. It's about being intentional about how you spend your exercise time, and we're going to break that all down for you. If you're in any dog sport, having endurance to be able to do active things with your dog for multiple hours in a row, this is very important for you. If you're someone who's active and wants to improve your ability to perform, this is important for you. If you're someone who's doing agility, is looking for quicker recoveries, this is also very important for you. I'm going to break down why Zone 2 matters for dog sports and more specifically for agility, because that is the dog sport that requires more high heart rate asks of us as humans. How to know if you're actually in it when you're working out and how to make it a consistent part of your training. This is why Zone 2 matters. Many handlers that want to work on their speed and fitness only focus on sprints and or agility specific drills, and it is fantastic. You need that foot speed. You need the familiarity of the excellent sprint form. You need to be able to access those skills in quickly. But if you don't have a solid aerobic base, it will burn you out on long practice days or multi-runs in a day, especially if it's spread over multiple days. Zone 2 cardio is when you're working at 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. How you calculate that roughly is you take 220 minus your age and times that number by 0.6. Then you take 220 and minus your age and times that number by 0.7. That's going to give you the zone that we want you to be in order to do Zone 2 cardio. The zones basically are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 is very low effort. 2 is this magic sauce we're going to talk about. 3 and 4, and then number 5 is all out max effort, cannot do for an extended period of time at all. Zone 2 is where you can still carry on a conversation without gasping. And this is the magic sauce spot where your body is training mitochondria, capillaries, and also the oxygen delivery to your muscles. This is critically important. This is the zone that is not taxing enough on your body that it's going to affect recovery or performance in other areas of your life. And it's also a zone that is really important because your body is learning how to move oxygen around your body in a really efficient and effective way. It changes on a cellular level how it moves oxygen around in your body and makes everything in regards to oxygen distribution so much easier for you. For agility, this is going to help you recover faster between your runs. Your legs, because they're going to be getting more oxygen, are not going to feel like lead halfway through the day or halfway through a run. And this is something you might not be thinking about. Your brain is going to stay sharper so that you make less mistakes when you're tired, again, because your body is now an A+ expert at moving oxygen around your body. I want you to think about zone 2 as building the road your high-speed sprints travel on. I'm going to say it one more time. If you're thinking about a highway, your sprints, right? Zone 2 training is building the road that your sprints are going to travel on. And without it, the sprinting that you do is going to be less helpful and less impactful. Here's how to know that you're in zone 2. And there are a few ways to tell. This is my very favorite way because dialing in and using devices is fantastic and also can become a little bit more of a chore when you're out for a run or doing other types of activities. My favorite way is literally with a talk test. You should be able to speak in broken sentences and chat lightly with a friend. And if you're gasping or struggling to talk, you're above zone 2. So imagine that you're going for a jog with your dog. And I know I'm not alone in this, so don't judge me. When I'm out for a jog with my dog, Levi, and I know I'm not alone in this, I know y'all talk to your dog, so don't judge me. This is what the conversation sounds like when I'm in zone 2. Oh, Levi, I really like this landscaping that they've done, and I'm really enjoying how their flowers are coming in and they've done a nice layering of the plants and the shapes of the plants. I need more blue evergreens in my space like yesterday. That last part was just so you guys know, I actually need more blue evergreens in my space because they're gorgeous. So that's an example of zone 2 cardio. Hey, my name is Liz and I really like to have a coffee when I start my morning and my favorite is a latte. The other way you could think about it is through a perceived effort. So on a scale of 1 to 10, your zone 2 feels like a 5 or a 6, where it's challenging, but it's comfortable enough to maintain for 20 to 60 minutes, depending on your fitness levels. Lastly, you can use a heart rate monitor. And again, you want to aim for 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. Here are some tips to help you get in the zone. I want you to start conservatively. It's better to go slower and stay in zone 2 than push too hard and go anaerobic. The things that are not great about zone 3 and 4 is that it's that middle zone. We spend a lot of time in zone 1 or low effort doing day-to-day things. Zone 2 is a space where you want to spend the bulk, in an ideal situation, 70 to 80% of your cardiovascular training each week would be in zone 2. Then you want to spend the balance of your cardiovascular training in zone 5. Hard sprints. You want your heart rate high. You want to build your ability to tolerate high output. And zone 3 and 4 are that middle ground. This is where most people spend their cardiovascular effort. Unfortunately, it's the zone that people feel like they've gotten a really good workout in. When you go for a jog and you're kind of red-faced, but you can still kind of hold a rough conversation, but you're just trash and you're so exhausted after, but that effort leaves you feeling like, I had such a great workout. Well, yeah, it feels like you had such great workout, but what it did for your training plan is take you above the zone where your body's building better mitochondrial function, where it's building better use of its capillary and oxygen delivery systems. You're taxing that oxygen delivery system in a way that it's being flooded and it's too much to be able to train it effectively and see change. So you're too high for that and you're too low for the high heart rate stuff. So you're just in this zone where you're going to fatigue your legs and limit your ability to recover from the other workouts. So this is where workouts and training are different. Workouts would have you do hard workouts that are zone 3, 4, and it feels like you had a really good workout, you're sweaty, and yeah, it feels great. And training plans would have you do zone 2 and then sprints. I digress. Here's how you can get in the zone. You want to start conservatively. Remember, it's better to go slower and stay in that zone 2 than push too hard and get anaerobic. Some ways you can do that is seek out flat or lightly rolling terrain. Hills will get you every time. Uneven surfaces also require a lot more stability of your big muscle firing, which again is going to increase the amount of oxygen that they need, bringing your heart rate up. The last thing is focusing on breathing rhythmically and staying relaxed in your shoulders and your hips. This is how Zone 2 helps agility handlers. Why should you care about this as a handler? A, you're going to have faster recovery between your runs. A strong aerobic base clears lactate more efficiently. So when you go sprint after sprint, your legs will not be screaming by the third run. I know a lot of you run multiple dogs in the same classes. When you're sprinting all out, full out effort in soft surfaces or uneven surfaces with a 6-minute rest, it is not a small ask. So being able to go run after run after run and repeat that over the course of a weekend, it again helps to remove that lactate from your muscles so you can do that a lot more comfortably. B, more sustainable energy. This is important for all dog sports. Multi-day events or runs or competitions are going to require consistent performance. And Zone 2 ensures your stamina doesn't run out halfway through the course, the day, the weekend. Helps keep you sharp because you're running on a new level, my friend. And lastly, it's amazing for active recovery. Lighter Zone 2 sessions on off days keep the blood flowing, which helps to reduce soreness and prep you for your next high-intensity session. So remember, Zone 2 is slow, steady. Some people call it boring, but obviously they're not listening to the new albums that I've got going on. Lady Gaga's Mayhem, you can't be bored listening to that. But it is the foundation that makes all your fast and explosive movements more effective and also safer because you won't be as fatigued. When you get fatigued and you do fast, explosive stuff, things aren't going to fire the way that they maybe could/should. And that's really where you get open to injury risk. Here are some actionable guidelines for Zone 2 cardio. Number 1, it is ideal to include 2 to 3 Zone 2 sessions a week that are 20 to 60 minutes long. So that can look like 2 30-minute walks where you go out with your dog and you don't want a sniffy. We're not here for a sniffari. We're here for like a power walk. That might take you into Zone 2 where you have to tell your dog Levi about the blue evergreens that you don't have in your yard either. Or it might look like a walk jog. And that can be something that you can couple with dog training, which I love. Secondly, you want to keep your sprints or agility practice separate. Your Zone 2 is your aerobic building blocks, the foundation of your house. It's like for heart health and brain health. Oh my God, so freaking good. But this is not where you're going to be doing your speed work. Number 3, you want to monitor your effort. It's really easy to get too high, get into Zone 3 and 4. So remember those talk tests. Hi, Levi. I really wish I had more blue evergreens in my yard. It would really pair nicely with my gorgeous red trees. Perceived exertion, again, 5 or 6 out of 10. Or if you have a more advanced watch or wearable, you can check your heart rate. You want to think about number 4, use easy terrain, maintain a relaxed form, and staying consistent is huge. If you want to run faster with your dog, you have to put in the groundwork, and Zone 2 is a huge part of that. I want you to think about it like your secret weapon, slow, steady, and reliable. Build your base now, and your sprint's ability to navigate softer surfaces, recover quickly during runs, be more effective if you're running multiple dogs or have multi-day trials, all of it is going to feel way less effortful. And I want you to also remember that the best agility performance isn't just about raw speed, it's about energy management and recovery. And that's why Zone 2 matters for agility handlers, and that's why Zone 2 matters for all dog handling. Thanks again so much for joining me today, and I'll look forward to seeing you around next time. Thanks so much for being here with me today and choosing to spend this time investing in yourself. I hope you feel encouraged to take action. Even the smallest steps forward will add up in ways you cannot even even imagine yet. If this episode gave you something to think about or lifted you up, please share it with a friend. You never know who might need these tools and reminders today. And remember, you're never alone in this. For more information, practical tools, workouts, and resources to help you get stronger and more confident both in and out of the ring, head on over to caninehandlerfitness.com. You can also find me on all the socials under the same name, so come on over and say hi. I'm here to help you build the skills, knowledge, and belief you need to reach your goals. Keep going, keep learning, and most of all, keep showing up for yourself. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way.